Today's topic is going to be about collective rising. And it's really just about venting thoughts. So if you want to hear it, by all means. If you don't, feel free to go on to the next video. My quality's not the best, so fuck it. I'm just going to go for it. I don't really like being behind the camera that much. But, yeah. So to begin, let's just talk about how we know of unity. We know what that looks like. We know what that feels like. And somewhere within, we know how to get there. It's not that hard, right? But I feel also it's important to be aware of the trials and the obstacles that we face. No matter where we are, we will go through them if we don't ascend out of them, right? It's a cycle, if you will, a repeating cycle of bullshit. No, but it's a cycle of realizing who we are and our strengths and what those strengths are when they look like they've been taken away. We have the ability, not just as humans, but as angelic humans, that we can not only help ourselves, but we can help others. And that's the best part about it. Because once we get to a point of realization or awakening, whatever you want to call it, we realize that there is no division. There is no I am better than you, you are better than me. We are one, and we are all at different levels within our journey. And we have to respect that, along with everybody's beliefs. I just want to make it clear that there's no judgment being passed around to what will be talked about in this channel. There will be no bashing of religions or nothing that, but I will speak my piece because I feel as if humanity deserves it now, as they always have. But even for me, I've had multiple challenges and hardships to get to the point where I'm at now, actually talking about it, getting into the multi-dimensional 15th dimensional mechanics of things in later videos. But now it's really just about how could we as a collective come together and realize we are stronger as one than we are divided. When will we realize that the system we're underneath maybe might not be fitting our best advantage? What if they're trying to do us harm and we're just helping them out? Right. Because in my perspective, I don't think it's right for you to be born on a planet but have to pay to live on it. There's just certain little things that just don't make no sense, right? Yeah, God is omnipresent. We all hold a part of God's source within us. Whether we want to believe that or not, we're all fragments of God consciousness. Nothing can happen outside of God's source. But there is no need to associate that with an identity of he or she, because God is energy, right? Energy is consciousness, and consciousness is energy. Everything is energy moving at a very fast rate. So then it could appear solid. But in reality, what is it really? Right? What exists and what does not exist, or what exists as an illusion to us. But right behind it is something way greater than what we might be able to handle right now. We're at the peak of a certain cycle of life. It's beautiful. It truly is. And I feel just the little things, being open-minded to certain concepts or ideas, if you will, but in reality, it's reclaiming what was always ours, right? We have DNA. We know that genetically, right? For some people to understand. And we are able to access a lot more than we think we could. But who's suppressing this information from us? Why hasn't this been taught in the history books or, yeah, plain and simple, why hasn't it been taught in the history books and our religious books? Now, I'm not saying all of it holds a fragment of truth, but a lot of it has been distorted, right? It's been rewritten, passed down through generations and generations. My question is, what are we willing to let go in order to reclaim what may seem like a fantasy, but in all reality, right? It could be something that we hold a connection to that's greater than ourselves, right? We hold a piece of that, not only in our soul, but our hearts, because we feel it every day. We want the world to be a better place, but how could we get there? Well, it all starts within, right? As within, so without. And I honestly, truly feel just a little change can go a long way. And I'm not sitting here saying, oh, I'm perfect. No, I'm far from perfect. But that's the process of learning and growing and becoming who we truly are as angelic human beings, right? And I feel as if we have forgotten our roots. We're always in a state of looking outside of ourselves for angels or God, but do we ever think to look inside of ourselves? The essence that God created for us to be breathing and living. And I'm not referring to God as he or she, right? Guess you can call it it. It's just source, right? I am what I am. It is what it is, right? So it's everything that ever was. It's the fucking plants. It's the dirt. It's fucking hair. It's source. It's energy. It's consciousness. Everything is conscious energy, whether we want to believe it or not. Just because it doesn't have that ability to speak as we do, doesn't mean it's not conscious.